This is probably going to be a short video, so let's just get into it. Deepwoken's level of fun is heavily amplified by the fact that there's a button to leave the game built into Roblox. Deepwoken has the best base combat out of any Roblox game I've ever played, however is ruined by mantras being less supportive tools and more of the main way to deal damage most of the time. Deepwoken's nonlinear progression makes it so you can go anywhere at any time to progress, allowing for a lot of freedom. And I know all my points so far have been backhanded, but this does remove any necessary lore and story mode which would have been fun to see in Deepwoken if it were more linear. No Life King enchant gets nerfed in every other update, and now it's trash so I don't have to see it anymore. That's a good thing. Shadow is carried by one mantra at this point, meaning the only mantra I have to worry about is Rising Shadow, and Shadow users are starting to crawl back into their little fucking, caveman pits. They're gross. Venting, although terribly executed, does provide a good way to escape combos, and it does counter my least favorite Oath Contractor pretty well. The air dash is cool and makes me feel fast. I like it. All the non-boss monsters in Deepwoken provide a challenge which can be overcome regardless of power if you're skilled enough, and that's a really good way to implement enemies. Ferryman is actually a pretty good boss fight, too, but too bad it's not required to do and is also super out of the way, so most people never even fight him. Macros aren't possible in Deepwoken to do excessive combos with, like in Rogue Lineage. God spells and artifacts don't exist in Deepwoken. Shinobi doesn't exist, and now that I think about it, a lot of what makes Deepwoken good is that it's just less bad than Rogue Lineage. The dodging system was heavily improved upon since the early access testing version of Deepwoken, where it had no iframes. There's no corner Ignis. The Ironclad is funny. It's not good, but every time it flings things, it is funny, and that's why I actually really like the Ironclad, because it makes me laugh. All the murmurs are pretty unique, well made, and fun to use, and have their own place in any type of build that they can complement really well. I love the murmurs. The environments of Etris, the depths, layers, and various islands are very well done and truly capture the feeling that they're meant to display, and I think that's one thing that the Deepwoken development team did really well. The Deepwoken community actually has a lot of really cool ideas for weapons, armor, and other game mechanics, despite the fact that they're all terrible people who shouldn't be allowed to roam the earth freely. But you guys have some good ideas, so you can live. Iron Sing nerfs. Flame Charm nerfs. The JoJo reference mantra, Rapid Punches. It's not actually a JoJo reference, but it seems like everyone who has played Deepwoken thinks that it is, because punching fast is a thing they do in the show. The OST done by Nactigonus is really well done and contributes amazingly to the game's environments. Good job, Nacti, you're my favorite dev. The weapons are very well designed, and the unique critical hits for many of these weapons contribute very well to how it's used in PvP. Except the Enforcer's Axe, they somehow made it worse. Which is also a good thing, because I hated the people who used it before, and now they don't exist, because nobody uses it. The parkour system actually complements the game really well with realistic movement mechanics. The Kaido boss fight is funny. Similarly to the Ironclad, it's not good, just funny, and I enjoy funny. Deepwoken was sponsored by Metallica. I like Metallica. You can hit the gritty in Deepwoken. You can do the Akuma pose in Deepwoken, and for those of you who are dumb, you can do the Big Hoss pose. Chaser is voiced by Gianni Matrojano. This is canon as of the release of the incorrect summary of Deepwoken. Also, there will be another incorrect summary coming soon. Carlia. Elita. The girl who sends you to the depths whose name I can't remember. Big black owls. Big white bloodborne enemies. It was actually quite an innovative game which inspired tons of projects all over Roblox after its initial release, and that's a pretty good goal and something that the devs should be proud of. The lore is quite interesting if you actually get into it, but it's kinda hard to get into because it's so out of the way, but it's still pretty good. Trial of One is a good way for new players to learn to fight monsters, and it's also a great way to make progress easier, because that's the worst part of this game. Every Deepwoken race is canonically a Saiyan, because from ages 18 to 100 you're still in your combative prime and capable of doing the same moves as you could 50 years ago before you hit 110 years old, rapidly age, and turn to dust. Kind of like anyone over the age of 30. That feeling when you parry a vent. Landing a katana critical. Hell mode. The ability to specialize your builds for any scenario like Hell mode, PvP, or mobility. The faction system and world events, although repetitive, are cool at first and add a lot to the overworld experience. That feeling when your sanity begins to crumble, the darkness is closing in, the fog is coming, the depths are tearing at your soul, and you will succumb to the rot beneath this world. Deepwoken has one of the best UIs I've ever seen in a Roblox game ever, and it's really clean. The moderation team, and by that I mean like 5% of it. Mantra customizations, although annoying, can be funny. The giant mantra era wasn't fun, but it was funny, especially if you watch the clips of people crying about it now. Weekly updates, even if they are small, are still very nice to have. The possibility for thousands of unique builds is really cool and one of the things I really love about Deepwoken. Too bad everyone uses the same 3 builds anyway though. Experiencing this game blind for the first time, like when the game first came out, is actually an amazing experience. Too bad Seiji4 and some of the other testers ruined it like a day in. The terror of fighting monsters for the first time genuinely causes adrenaline rush, and it's a lot of fun. Chime of Conflict kind of ruined this, but actual overworld ganks are a lot of fun, and I've never had a bad experience playing Deepwoken when it's PvP and not in the Chime. You know, unless I'm going against a Eclipse Kick contractor. Making little kids cry is pretty funny, and whenever I have to hear one over a Discord call cry, it's funny. But at the same time it makes me angry because of their high-pitched baby voices. But being angry raises my testosterone levels, so it's a win-win. Laughing at Deepwoken players who say shit like this is also quite funny to me. Trading in Deepwoken is actually an easy way to have fun, and the trading market is pretty well organized. Pre-release, the content on YouTube was a lot of fun, with YouTubers like Makara and Lord Sendo making theories on how the game worked, which gave us a lot of insight on possible future mechanics and how the game would work. No Snap Galatus. Actually, never mind. There are dynamic quests which can have multiple endings, such as the Carlia quest. And also, I think, only the Carlia quest. All the Deepwoken YouTubers who don't exclusively post clip compilations contribute a lot of content to the Deepwoken community, and I appreciate them regardless of the fact that I don't really watch Deepwoken YouTube all that much. The armor enchants are quite well balanced, and I would really like to see them come into the meta with enchant stones that can be applied to already good pieces of armor, because I like the way most of them look, and even the ones that don't look that good, it would be cool to see them on some builds. The visual effects for enchants and enchant stones are actually really well done, so good job to the people that worked on those. The races all have a lot of really good lore, and ignoring that, the design of these races is also really good, and they all look great. Anyone who finishes build progressions in a single video is a great part of the Deepwoken community. Anyone who attacks you randomly and then continues to let you go and just says GG after winning, and also people who say GG regardless of whether they win or lose the fight, are all amazing, and part of the reason why I can see some hope in the Deepwoken community. I hope you guys enjoyed my completely underhanded compliments of a game that I actually can enjoy whenever I do really play it. Make sure to subscribe and buy a YouTube membership, and have a good day. Next video, I don't know, watch my Minecraft videos. I'll probably drop one soon. The Anvil Challenge if you were watching that stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day, and goodbye.